Let's do this. Ready, gents? Ben is recording. He just gave me the thumbs up sign. Maybe you saw it if you're watching us live. If not, trust me on that one. He did give me the thumbs up sign, so we can get started. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Coming up on RoundAbout, a whole lot of show. Find out what 40-mile-long mess they had to clean up in Pennsylvania. It was not pretty. Ford sends one of its long-standing nameplates into the big parking lot in the sky, and you'd better be ready already for our epic new game, Dungeons and Dealers. Stay tuned. RoundAbout is sponsored by Advance Auto Parts. Visit our website, roundaboutshow.com, to get up to $30 off your next purchase. And by everyone's favorite online store, Amazon. Amazon.com.
I hate it when people use the word epic, and I'm Stephen J. Ewing from Autoblog.
I could be flying gold medallion right now. I'm Jeffrey Ross.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah, that was the distinguished Chris Sawyer.
And ranking all these people, I'm producer Ben Sanders. Oh boy, I just can't stand it.
This is RoundAbout. Ready to read, Chris?
Welcome to RoundAbout, episode 108, our weekly chat covering car culture, vehicle reviews, and some of the auto news you may have missed.
But probably not.
Or didn't care about.
Well, that too. we are back. If you're watching us live right now, you're probably going to notice a few changes going on. Ben actually lost his apartment in the real estate bubble, and
It was awful.
we've officially moved into back to the RoundAbout family, the wigwam here.
They had to separate Craig and I farther from each
Yes, Stephen can get handsy, and if he hasn't trimmed his nails, it's bad. So, yes, he'll claw you, swooping in like an eagle, grabbing that salmon right out of the creek. So, yeah, we're back in the Autoline family headquarters, our secret underground bunker, modeled after the Führer bunker in Berlin.
Yeah, it was hard to find this place. I had to, go through the tunnels.
Well, there's that ventilation shaft. You
dig
come
around
in.
for a bit.
It's under the Reichstag.
It's a little hard to find.
It was tough. It's going to be a long walk back to the car.
If it's still there when you get
Yeah,
back,
good
you
point.
never know. The Russian soldiers.
What, are we doing this at my apartment?
Yes. Oh. Do you know something about Detroit that we don't? No. So yes, you can probably tell Chris Sawyer, veteran automotive reporter, joining us live right now, on the line, on the table, as it were.
It's thankfully not on a marble slab. That's all that matters.
Back from the virtual driver again.
Yes.
Still got that thing going, huh?
Barely, yeah.
Is it running on more than fumes?
We're not sure yet. We're still trying to get it to crank over, but we're
The
trying.
battery's good. 6-volt electrical system.
6-volt. Well, no, actually, we've updated to 12, and we're hoping to get to 42 by the end of the 21st century.
Does it have a good heater?
No.
Has it caught fire?
No, thankfully, it's not a volt.
Oh, dear. So, yes, as we teased at the top of the show, and as we've been mentioning for weeks prior to this, tonight, first episode, inaugural episode of Dungeons and Dealers, our epic
If you
new game.
say epic again, I'm going to throw something at you.
Why? Why is it not epic, Stephen?
Because it's not epic.
Stephen, you
Nothing
don't realize
is
the work
epic.
Drew
Biblical
Dog
might
put
be
into
a
it.
better
I do.
one.
I will not lie to you guys. It is a fantastic, huge, amazing thing, but epic is no.
Well, how would you describe it then, Stephen?
I just did.
Huge and amazing.
I would call it
I've
epic.
It is the Al Vinicor of radio programs.
It falls far short of
It's
that.
fantastic.
What was that, Jeff? You had some positive comments.
I just said it's epic.
E-pick, yeah.
Or epoch.
Or nose pick.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we got it. Dungeons and Dealers coming at you in the second half of the program. We've got to get through a couple news stories first. And Jeff, why don't you start things off this week? A little look at NASCAR,
I will.
please.
But you really have to give it to NASCAR fans. They're definitely a tenacious crew. Take this 1994 Cadillac limo that we found on eBay, for example. Not only does it have the obligatory sponsorship stickers, giving it that tacky NASCAR look, but it also has a front splitter, a rear spoiler, and my favorite, an 8 set of side pipes. It's not clear if any of these add-ons are actually functional, which they're probably not, but is there a more unique way to pull up on race day with 8 of your closest friends and most 8 of your closest and most shameless friends. And why, you ask, would a person dare sell such a beautiful combination of perceived performance and luxury? Because the current owners of this car are building a race limo truck for next year. But if you act fast, it can be yours for next year's Daytona 500 for the low, low buy-it-now price of just $6,500.
Damn.
This thing's a beaut.
That's a bargain.
That's a bargain. I'll get 2 of them.
That's a lot of savings,
It's
Jeff.
gorgeous. But the fact that you said tacky and NASCAR in the same sentence, there are going to be a lot of people coming for you.
Well, this is a front-wheel drive Seville. It's got 6 doors. It's more than a minivan.
It is more than a minivan. Think of how many bodies you could fit in that trunk.
You could stretch out.
And I love 2/3 exposed rear wheels.
It's for aerodynamics,
My
Steven.
favorite.
There's clearly those spats have a purpose. What are those called, Chris? Those wheel.
I like the front splitter.
The front.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Are those turnbuckles holding it up? Oh, well, where'd you find that treasure, Jeff? Because that
We
something.
found it on eBay.
very nice.
Someone's selling it on their auction site.
And they're from
And
Louisiana.
why?
Ooh, really? Louisiana, huh?
Fast.
Wow.
I was actually expecting it to be in Florida.
Well, speaking of fast,
Yes,
Chris.
indeed.
what happened? This story's been getting huge coverage everywhere. The Automotive Weblog picked it up. I saw it there. What happened in Japan?
In Japan, they had what they call now the world's most expensive accident. And I keep reading this headline. It really sounds like the 12 days of Christmas. 8 red Ferraris, a Lamborghini, 2 Mercedes. I mean, it just sort of fits. But a bunch of, shall we say, wealthy sports car enthusiasts were, in a freeway pileup. And it just goes to prove that you don't have to have brains to have a supercar.
Just money.
Money does help, and it seemed that one of the drivers of the Ferrari tried to change lanes and hit the median, and that caused him to.
I hate it when that happens.
It sucks when that happens. And he spun across the freeway, and the other cars collided while trying to avoid his car. So driving talent was not high on the list of things to have when you had a supercar.
These are the same people that are like, well, I thought it was the brake, but I guess
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
the throttle.
I don't understand what happened.
Before I knew it, I had driven into the dealership.
And a whole bunch of people were going, "Holy clap! Holy clap!"
They weren't looking where they wanted the car to go.
They were going where they were looking, and what they were looking at was, "Oh, look, Ferrari just go in front of me."
They're probably like 12 and 6 drivers, not 9 and 3.
If they're even paying attention at all.
And who are these little guys in the picture here? They're like, they look like space astronauts. Is that the Japanese equivalent of the Highway Patrol?
Yes, and they're undoubtedly half of them probably have white gloves on, so they can very gingerly and sanitarily pick up all of the gunk that's on the roadway.
Well, we'll get to another story about gunk on the highways, but get to that a little bit later.
So there were a bunch of very, very messed up cars here.
So, the moral of the story here?
Don't
Sum it up. If you
don't
could sum
drive.
this up in a haiku, Chris.
Quick, go.
No.
Well, that's a few syllables short.
Wait,
but we'll
I'll
give
do
it to you.
this. I'll do this.
Uh-oh.
If you cannot drive Ferrari, you should not buy. Oh my God, that sucks.
Poetry cast. Round
I
as he
never-
takes a sip of coffee.
Mr. Ewing, you are truly talented.
He just swallowed
Actually,
his
for
pride.
the longest time, I've always wanted to do a thing where I review cars only in haiku form.
What about a Shakespearean sonnet? Have you
No,
considered?
no, haikus. Exclusively haikus.
So very good. Well, moving along, our next article is my little dandy one I found here, courtesy of the Wall Street Journal. And it really sounds like something out of a cartoon, but in fact, it actually did happen, at least according to the Associated Press. A tanker truck carrying a load of driveway sealant sprang a leak, spraying a stream of sticky black goop across some 40 miles of Pennsylvania Turnpike. Now, here is the kicker. The mess disabled 150 cars and damaged countless more. Keystone road crews quickly got cracking to clean up the mess, covering the gooey black tar in sand and get this, pushing it off to the side of the road with snow plows.
Oh, yeah, I can believe that.
Was this a tanker truck or like a super tanker ship that sprang a leak? Because that sounds like a huge volume of material. Oh. The truck driver was cited for having an insecure load.
Really?
That's
You
what she
think?
said.
Yeah. I could see an unsecured load, but an insecure load. I really don't want to. I'm not very good sealant. I really am not.
But the specific tickets he will be receiving have not been determined at this point. And this story is a terrible mess, but it reminds me of a couple of other things that have happened. There was a blue cheese dressing spill out in California a few years ago. I think 2007, a trainload of the salty dressing actually was emitted, and it required quite a cleanup to take care
Yeah,
of.
I was just reading through this, and it was quite a mess.
Near the Salton Sea.
Near the Salton
which
Sea.
is like a garbage dump area, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did Jim Hall own a home on the Salton Sea? Was that where it was, Ben? Do you remember? Well, and also we can't forget our historical perspective. Back in 1919, the Boston molasses disaster claimed the lives of some 20 people when a massive tank holding the sugary syrup burst. Look it up on Wikipedia if you don't believe me. Could you imagine a tidal wave of syrup? I'm so
No.
emotional right now. I have to move on to
No,
the next
I
story.
get so emotional, baby.
New sound drop.
Mark it, Ben.
I love it.
In smaller news, though,
Yeah.
Stephen, ta-ta.
The Tata Nano, the little Indian death trap that could, continues to baffle us Americans by the fact that, yes, it's a real car. Yes, it actually looks like that. And yes, you can buy one for less than the cost of my 23-year-old Honda. And because the Nano is such a success, Tata has now made an updated one, complete with a blistering 38 horsepower, though it delivers a surprisingly not that impressive fuel economy figure of 25.4 kilometers per liter, or about 60 miles per gallon for you non-metric believers. Who cares? It's still a death trap.
I done drove one of them cars.
And you're alive.
I know. It was a fun experience.
So here's what I want to know. This is my question, and I'm asking this because you know how I feel. Which would you rather, Tata Nano or Smart for 2?
Nano, because it had personality. The Nano was terrifying. The wheels are about as big around as a pizza, a small pizza. A
I
person
have
can
a
eat.
hilarious story about the Smart. I was driving the Scion IQ yesterday, and I wanted to get pictures next to a Smart for 2. So we went to the dealership, and that lady sprung up out of her seat so fast, like she hadn't seen a customer in years. I
Oh my
felt so
God, somebody's
bad.
going to buy a car?
It was like, you don't feed a dog for like a week, and then and I was like, I'm not going to buy one. I don't even want to sit in it, but can I take some pictures of it?
You're afraid you're going to get a disease from it,
Yeah.
smallitis or something, incompatitis.
It might also have been that she was being held hostage.
Can you help me, sir?
I guess so. Or how about this one, Steven?
Yeah?
What would happen in an accident between a Nano and a Volt?
They'd both explode. Well, wait, no. The Tata would burst into flames. 3 weeks later, the Volt would burst into flames.
Yep.
That's what would happen.
And then everyone would talk about it for the next 3 years.
Absolutely.
So the Nano is a depressing vehicle for auto enthusiasts due to its flaccid performance, 38 horsepower. That's pretty weak.
My lawnmower's got more than
I
that.
believe it does, and probably due to its safety ratings also. But equally sad news, or perhaps even more disappointing, Jeff, we're bidding farewell to a storied nameplate.
To a good friend, I say.
Friend,
In some
lover,
rather-
uncle.
In some
and-
rather sad news for pickup truck lovers, the Ford Ranger will be ending production next week, with the last truck being delivered to Oregon Pest Control. Although the Ranger has changed very little since its most recent redesign way back in 1993, it will be the last of the compact trucks here in the U.S. When production of the Ranger ends, Ford will also shutter its Twin Cities assembly plant in St. Paul, Minnesota, which has been in operation since 1924.
And probably building Rangers in 1924.
That was actually, Ford came out with the Ranger right after the Model A, wasn't it?
Yeah, it went from Model A to Ford Ranger.
Exactly.
They wanted to start on that compact end of the market for pickup trucks, utility. think they nailed it.
What are people who want that $99 lease going to do now?
They were really that cheap.
I still think one of my favorite things was right when Ford announced that they were going to stop production on the Ranger, the one and only Zach Bowman of Autoblog called up the Ford people and spoke to them about it. And they had said that the reason why a lot of Rangers were sold was because it was the cheapest entry point into the Ford brand.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're saying that all of those people will just buy Fiestas.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
Because
Orkin
now the
is-
Fiesta
have Fiestas,
is
right?
the cheapest entry point into the Ford brand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on. That implies that it's like desirable. Like BMW, the 1 Series is the cheapest entry to the BMW brand, but people aren't like, I gotta get a Ford, it's so prestigious.
Well, it presupposes that the people who are buying the Ranger and would buy the Fiesta have the money, the step up to go to the Fiesta, and I somehow don't think that if they're paying the rent on the trailer and all the rest, they're going to be able to pull that off.
Well,
I think
the
we should
Fiesta
do it.
with the EcoBoost diesel has a tow rating of 11,000 pounds.
Yeah.
EcoBoost turbine diesel
Yes.
kerosene engine. It runs off
And
of
it's got the
tar.
21-speed manual transmission.
It's
a
rear-wheel
chain
drive.
Yeah, chain rear drive. It only has the driver's side wheel that turns.
Right.
Exactly.
They saved cost on a differential.
Corners really well to the left.
Anyway, after a few words from our sponsors, it's the moment you've all been waiting for, the launch of Dungeons and Dealers. So stay tuned because, as I mentioned, this is going to be awesome. I promise you.
I'm so excited.
You
It's going to be
Thank you.
epic.
It might be epic, dude. No,
Stephen,
no, not epic, not epic.
Stephen just glared at Ben, and you can hear the boat ricocheting sound.
What did you call it?
But simmer down, guys. It's time to thank our friends at Amazon.com.
Let's do that.
Everyone loves Amazon. It's you can buy anything you want on there, short of hookers and
Children.
and other illicit.
Craig's
sex.
tried.
They don't.
Trust me, I've tried.
It
You
looked
have
in
to
the
go to
MP3
Craigslist for all
download.
that.
Yeah.
Not in the MP3.
He then was
download.
trying children, but that didn't work either. So.
Anyway, visit our website, roundaboutshow.com/Amazon. You can also get to it from the homepage, roundaboutshow.com. There's a nice banner ad at the top. You click on that. Anytime you're going to buy something from Amazon, which is going to be very often because, they've got so much stuff on the site. So we're just asking that anytime you're going to purchase something from Amazon, you think of us first. If you go to roundaboutshow.com, click on that banner ad, we will get partial credit for whatever you buy on Amazon. It's a way of saying thank you, Roundabout Show, thank you, Amazon. We would appreciate it so much if you could do that for us. I know, Ben, you've ordered a couple things already from Amazon, and it's just been great. Same great service, same shit. The whole deal is the same. It's just you're helping us, your favorite automotive-themed podcast.
Exactly. They got great deals. Anytime you buy anything over $25, it's free shipping. If you're an Amazon Prime member, not only do you get movies streamed to your home for free, not only do you get a free book a month if you own a Kindle, but you also get free 2-day shipping.
12 books a
Really?
year,
So,
Ben.
so that's what Amazon Prime is all about, because I thought that was the planet that all the guys from Battlestar Galactica were headed to.
What about Amazon Prime Rib?
Ooh.
Anyway, we like to highlight a product that they offer on Amazon. I mean, really, it's not hard. There is so much stuff to choose from. And this week, we've got the Liquid Leather Pro Leather and Vinyl Repair Kit. So click that link. It's got a good, 2-star rating on this product. So it's highly recommended by the 43 people that have reviewed it. 2 out of 5 stars. And this is a way to fix, if you've got a tear in your leather seat, you can repair that up really nicely. Bring it back just to factory condition, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure.
Chris, have you had experience with these?
Absolutely, I have. My first car, believe it or not, was a Pinto that I got when my father died. And
This is a sad
I
story.
did try this on it, and I wasn't any damn good with it. Couldn't match the colors because I'm basically green-brown colorblind, and that looked like crap.
Literally a big smear of it on the seat.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a ringing endorsement of the Liquid Leather Pro Leather.
I'm sure they've
Vinyl
improved
Repair
since then.
Kit. Since the 60s?
1980. Yeah,
That was
It's been a
before I
while.
was born.
I was 22.
2 out of 5 stars.
We like to we don't. There's a vast panacea of products available
A
on
panoply,
Amazon.
yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Cornucopia.
And it's
A
certainly
paniculus of products.
Ooh.
Products available on Amazon.
2. That's like a D+.
Stephen,
I'm not sure
if
it's
you
that
can
good.
do better, Stephen, I challenge you.
I'll tell you what, I can do better.
Okay, go ahead.
Look right under that.
All right,
You can get an Equus on Amazon.
get out.
Like
Yes.
a Hyundai?
An Equus.
Let's check this out.
Go ahead,
here.
check that link out.
I have it.
It's the Equus 3030 Innova diagnostic code reader for OB2 equipped vehicles.
Oh.
This has 4.5 stars. That's acceptable.
After 250 customer reviews.
I have an Equus
Normally,
at my house. I don't
$128.
need this.
$128 is what you'd normally get this for. At Amazon, $52.95.
You trying to get us with the vapors here, Ben?
You can barely stand up anymore, can you?
Who found this 4.5-star rating? Who found this thing?
Me.
Ben
Not
found
you.
it?
Ben found it.
That is handily more than twice the star rating of the leather repair kit.
Yeah. Some of
And
us like to
not much
pick
more
things
money.
that's actually valuable.
Well, the leather repair kit is only $6.44. So
Well,
No, actually,
good point, but
value
this,
play.
I actually
this
had one
ships
of
for
these
free.
too.
Yeah. So Amazon.com, we encourage you the next time you're going to go buy something from them, you visit our website, roundaboutshow.com. You go there first just to give us a hand. You know, we do appreciate it.
Or, by the way, you can also go to roundaboutshow.com/Amazon to take a look at our custom Amazon store where anything we've picked, serious or not, appears in that store, plus a panoply, that's right, of
Pandemic.
other automotive
A pandemic.
That's
Pandemic
right, a
of
pandemic of other automotive items.
Write that down, Ben. It could be a title.
Okay, good.
The Dungeon
right.
and Dealers
So,
pandemic.
all right, it is now the moment you all have been waiting for.
So nervous.
The game of heroic savings and epic failures. Ben, play that sound drop.
Dungeons and Dealers! Toyota Prius, attack! Incentives, level up!
What manner of sorcery will it take to get thou into this Subaru Tribeca today?
Dungeons and Dealers.
I just thought of something.
Yes, go
Sorry,
ahead.
I'm going to interrupt you really quick. I just realized what noise the Toyota Prius would make when it attacks.
What's that? Is it constipated?
I say that because I just recently drove the Prius
Just
V,
recently,
and that's what it sounds
not
like.
long ago. You just recently, not that long ago, drove one?
Recently, the other day, not that long ago.
Okay, enough. So this is the game we call Dungeons and Dealers, and here's how it works. Each of our illustrious panelists creates their own dealership from a selection of 60 real-world vehicles. They get one vehicle chosen at random for free, so they're all going to have a lineup of 4 vehicles. They have a budget of 10 million RoAb bucks, we're calling them, to buy exclusive rights to sell up to 3 additional vehicles to add to their fleet. That's where the 4 came from, the freebie plus 3 others. Vehicles fall into 7 different categories. There's sedan, truck, crossover SUV, van, that's 1, green, compact, luxury, and specialty, which is things like the Lexus LFA, for instance.
Which is things.
They need to consider the stats on each vehicle. How well will it sell? Will incentives get more people to buy this vehicle? How much of a halo effect does this particular car have on the others in your lineup? All very important things. These are all factors in the formulas that Ben has crafted, really. Dutifully crafted. And importantly, how much each vehicle will make them in profit, because this is a game of high-flying adventure, making money. Uncle Moneybags. He's got the monocle. That's what you guys are trying to do, collect.
I don't know if he was my uncle.
Well, whatever his name was.
He was that weird guy who always followed me to the playground.
Glass eye? Did you have a glass eye? Yeah.
He tried to tell me he knew my uncle, but
He told me he had lost a puppy and needed help finding it.
He kept trying to hand me this watch that my father had apparently stuck up his butt in Vietnam. No, wait a minute, that was a different movie.
he
Anyway.
tried to put this cloth over my mouth and nose.
Anyway, our dealers chose their fleets before the show began, actually in last week's episode, aside from Mr. Sawyer because he was not available. So we're going to run through the lists really quickly, and we're going to start player number 1 this week, Jefferson Ross. How you feeling, girl?
I'm feeling good.
All right, your store is called Whippet Motors.
It is. I'm trying to find my screen.
How you feeling, girl?
I understand you guys whip the competition by beating any prize.
We do. We whip it into shape.
Make a whip cracking sound for us. There you go. Another sound drop, Ben. Mark
Thank you.
that.
Mark it.
Put that one next to the horse cockies.
So, Whip It Motors, your freebie vehicle, very fortunate. You got quite a luxury steamboat there, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class.
At my dealership, we pronounce it the Mercedes S-Class.
Sklass.
S-Class.
So if you were selling Escalades, they'd be Sklades.
We
Slaves.
whip it with S-Class.
Could it be Whip It? Schwip It? I don't know. Your first vehicle that you chose to purchase, the new Ford Focus, a solid choice, no doubt, in the compact car class. Then you opted for the Lexus CT200H. Not sure why. You bought a vehicle that's going out of production.
CT isn't going out of production.
Isn't
No,
it?
it's the
that's
other one.
The HS.
Yes, pardon me.
There are too damn many cars.
Perhaps if
Okay.
you would have studied the spec sheet before the show, you would understand.
Finally, somebody who gets it.
Right? Jesus.
But then your third choice of Nissan Titan. That's the one you deserve to be razzed for, Jeff. You think you're going to sell any of those?
Yeah. It's the best-selling
Yeah.
pickup truck on
It's that
Nissan
sturdy
Titan.
F-Alpha platform.
I'm especially waiting for the electric edition.
Ooh. All right, so Jeff, you've got the Mercedes S-Class, the Ford Focus, the Lexus CT200H, and the Nissan Titan. Player number 2, Stephen J. Ewing.
That's me.
What is your dealership group consortium named?
We are called the Cranky Old Motors.
And your slogan?
You'll buy it and you'll like it, damn it.
Oh, you embellished it with a damn it at the end. Wow.
Well, we throw it in special for the live audience.
All right, very good. Your freebie was a Honda Civic. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Sure was.
What was your first choice then after that to purchase?
I chose the because it looks so good next to the Civic in the lot, the Porsche 911.
So, does that mean the value of the 911 went down like a home value goes down?
No, because it's gonna get all those people that are like, "Wow, let's go look at the 911s." I'm like, "It's a Civic."
$14,000. All right.
He's right, though. That's what the halo effect's all about. It's got a high halo effect. That's 73%.
Got nice wheel covers.
Then, second, your highest volume vehicle, I predict,
Yes.
Ford Mustang. Good choice. And then finally, Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
Why the Mini Cooper?
Because the Mini Cooper is the best car in the world. Ever.
It's better than a Tata.
It's better than a Tata. It's certainly better than a Titan.
Oh, there's some smack talk
There's
going on
some dealer
now.
rivalry
Actually, I
going
bought
on.
the Mini Cooper because the CT200H was taken.
What about the 98 Pontiac Grand Am? Nobody went with that one.
No, and I noticed you didn't have the Aztec on there either, so I was
no,
really,
sorry.
really terribly disappointed.
But player number 3, Chris Sawyer, thevirtualdriver.com.
That's right.
Imperious Motors.
Imperious Motors, where we're serving the uber-rich and trust fund babies with impeccable discretion.
Well, those infants will no doubt appreciate your discretion.
Then they will, especially when we don't show the pictures of mommy and daddy with their others.
They're friends.
Yes, and the blow-up dolls. But we won't get into that.
Oh, dear. Hyundai Elantra.
Yes, thank
Your
you.
freebie. You like it? You like the Elantra?
I actually like the Elantra. There's still some things that they need to do to fix it. But anyway, it's a good-looking car. And after all, considering the other vehicles that I have, the help must have a car to drive as well.
So
You'll make quite a tidy profit on that at $578.
Yes,
Per?
indeed. It's almost going to be enough to pay the driver that Steven's waiting for.
all right. Your next
My
choice.
next choice
Or
was-
actually your first
My,
choice.
my first real choice was the BMW 7 Series, mostly because I originally liked the hyphen in it, but I decided that, never mind. Actually, I was going for the high-range one, picked that one, and said, what the hell else can I pick here that's got a good profit margin, because I know I'm going to
there.
get my butt kicked.
Grab that apple, pick it off the stem.
That's right. Then I went for the Bentley Mulsanne, because everyone should at one time drive a Bentley. And then the Mini Countryman, because I rather like that thing.
Hold on.
Yes, yes,
2 minis.
yes. I actually owned a Mini at one time in
I'm
my
sorry.
That's nearly maxi. 2 minis.
life.
Anyway,
We'll leave it there.
now
Yes,
that- now
there are a
we're-
lot of things we're not going there. No.
iPad. I have an iPad at home.
So now that that's out of the way, we
Leaky.
are ready to get started. We will play through 12 months, that's 12 rounds, 1 year of sales. Before this game and before learning any player's selections, Dungeon Master Colonel Slanders created a hidden campaign that determines how each vehicle segment will sell month to month. If players pay attention, they can notice an overall industry trend that they can help to adjust their incentives accordingly. At the beginning of each month, each player will decide what vehicle he wants to incentivize and how much. So are you going to incentivize the 7 Series, for instance, or are you going to price gouge on the Mustang?
I certainly don't think we'll be incentivizing the 7 Series.
Yes. If you're
But
daring, you can
how
gouge.
much cash on the hood comes for that Mulsanne?
Well, it
Just-
won't be so much cash as it will be hookers and champagne.
Keep in mind, profits will go down if you incentivize. Pretty obvious. Ben has a hidden, super secret algorithm he has crafted that
don't
determines
tell anyone.
all of this.
So, Ben, is it really true with all the work you must have had to do that you really don't have a life? Is that what we're learning here?
Pretty much.
Change the subject. But anything can happen throughout the game because once per month, one player will be selected to draw what is known as an event card from this stack here. Do you hear those events?
Ooh.
It's a lot of good and bad.
And we'll start with player 1, and then player
Yep.
2 will get it, and player 3.
So everyone will get 4 of them per year. So with the event cards, they can be good. Celebrity stops into your store, popularity goes up, more people buying vehicles from you, or they can be bad, very bad. So
All your volts caught on fire.
exactly.
Oh
So
my God! How did that happen?
Google Docs is being very obstreperous right now.
But in the meantime,
Let me-
you
I
can
am-
read the analyst predictions.
I'm
What's
getting
gonna
to
happen
that
in the
right
next-
now, Colonel. So, background for this year of sales. Smooth sailing, say the analysts. After several tough years for the auto industry, good times are finally ahead. Everyone's lean, mean, and fit to compete. All indicators point to slow but steady growth over the next couple of years. Trucks, SUVs, and crossovers are expected to do quite well as the housing market clears up. Of course, with good times come higher gas prices, so analysts such as Jim Hall say that you should not count out green cars just yet. As incomes start to rise, expensive EVs will start to look more and more reasonable. Sedans are expected to maintain a steady clip. Meanwhile, compacts may not have such a rosy future. In good times, Americans think they deserve more, and in most minds, small still equates to garbage. It's unclear what will happen to the luxury segment. Utility is one thing, but flashy cars are still seen as a little excessive. We are in the Great
Chris.
Depression, the Grand Depression right now.
I'm dead.
The Civic's a much larger car than people give it credit for, and it's luxurious.
In the unrest in Europe and elsewhere sounds like it could burst this bubble potentially, and China is always a market to watch out for. So specialty cars may be in for a bumpy ride as well. As always, a lot can happen in a year, so plan accordingly and good luck.
All I can say is, as we get going, is I suck at this.
You haven't even started it
It
yet,
doesn't
Christopher.
matter. I suck at this.
It's going to be fun.
So, before we find out what happens in month 1, everyone, knowing what you now know, please set your incentives. Craig, what do you think the strategy is going to be here?
I think that the players are going to start out fairly conservative, test the waters, just to see how the market is going to react.
It would be the wise thing.
I mean, you could
Whoever
dump
said we were
a
wise?
10% incentive on a car could be a bit damaging to profits. But we'll see. We got to see how it shakes out.
Unless it's a Bentley Mulsanne, perhaps. I think you have a lot of
Hey,
room.
hey.
You're not going to sell any of those anyway, so let's be honest.
Yeah. All I have to do is sell one.
What if
and
you
make
sell
$31,000.
0.6 Bentley Mulsannes, Ben? Does it round up? Mulsanne?
Thank you.
All right, so guys, what have we got here? Players, your incentives. Player number 1 is Jeff Ross, right?
That's right.
You set a 5% incentive on the S-Class. You're gouging 3% on the Focus and a 5% incentive on the Lexus. What are your thoughts on incentives this month, Jeff?
I don't know how this game works.
I'm with you, Jeff.
Well, I think the other panelists share your sentiments, so shall we commence month number 1?
Let's do that, Craig.
Consider your belt tightened. Americans have seen this movie before. They're just surprised the sequel came so quickly after the last one. Can you say double dip? Hopefully this is the direct-to-video version, though, with C-list writing and destruction on a far less epic scale. Batten down the hatches, everyone.
Craig, I believe you're not reading month 1.
Oh, I'm...
It's funny how that
Oh, because I was
works.
reading month 6. That's a preview.
Thanks, Craig.
Well, you know, you're almost as talented as Ashton Kutcher.
Ashtron Kutchkin.
Do,
Anyway.
do.
You've got cars to sell, you're in luck. Nearly every segment is up by at least 15%. Compact sales experience a modest increase, but small compared to other segments. Specialty cars are basically steady with an uptick that might as well be a rounding error. So,
With that, we will activate the sales.
all right.
I
So
think Steven did well.
Steven is chortling. Let's see what Cranky Old did. Whoa, he's in the lead with a profit of exceeding $120,000.
Damn, son.
Second place is Imperious Motors.
Thank you.
People appreciate discretion.
Apparently so.
Bringing up the rear, although with still a healthy profit margin of nearly 80 grand, Jeff Ross, Cranky, Whippet Motors. How's it feel, girl?
Need we say more?
We needn't. So we're off to a good start. Now, we also get an event card.
That's right.
Goes to player 1. So, Jeff Ross, I'm drawing it off the top of the stack here. And your event card is scenario number 8. Servicing customers. Your store's,
That can mean a lot of things.
Happy
please.
ending Motors.
your store's reputation for having the best service department in town is really paying off. Word-of-mouth referrals are mounting, and so are your sales. Honesty is indeed the best policy. Jeff, you are in luck. Your sales are increasing 133%.
Wow.
But here's what I have to say. Use the word mounting and servicing in the same phrase.
Mounted and service.
Excuse me, I'm here
Come to Whippet Motors. We'll
service
mount and service you.
Mounting, balancing, and servicing.
And whips.
All right, so
I'm gonna do
Ben,
that.
put that compound modifier in there. Oh, who took a lead? Who took the lead?
Believe that.
It was Whippet Motors, yeah. $150,000 now. He's exceeding
Wow.
Crap!
Can I cash in and go home?
that. Get your chips and leave.
I'd like to
All right.
solve the puzzle.
All right, guys.
Trust me, Jeff, you'll be doing fine. I'm going to be at the back of the pack for this one.
All right, month 2, are we ready? Gentlemen,
Let's
start your incentives.
All right.
Let's see what's going on in the chat room right now. I haven't had a chance to look. I'm switching between screens here. It's hard to tell.
now make sure you're changing incentives on month 2, not on month 1. So you go down to the next month, everyone.
Somebody, Mine Falve is saying you need to do a better job of dressing him, Michelle. I'm not sure who he's referring to. I'm assuming Steven.
Excuse me?
Ms. Motormouth is in the chat room.
Hi, Michelle. How are you? Are you having fun today?
All right, guys. How are those incentives coming along now?
Is everyone done? Please say done when you have finished.
Oh, done.
Finished.
Done.
I'm done.
Done.
I'm Jim
Okay,
done.
What is the general theme for incentives this month? Any big changes or steady course, you think?
I'm going to rob the hell out of my customers.
Clients. All right. Well, you don't forget, you're in line for an event card. Steve.
I know, I'm aware.
I'm pretty steady.
Okay, so month number 2. Trucks and SUVs continue to be the best game in town, although their increases are starting to level off. Sedans are also doing better than the experts predicted. So, Jim Hall, you were in fact wrong. Any increase compacts we're seeing is quickly evaporating. To move these things, expect to start putting some cash on the hoods. So, Ben, did you tabulate? He pulled that lever down.
Oh, I am so screwed.
What is happening? Oh.
I'd like to point
Month
out
number 2.
that my Civic is making me the most money.
I don't know
That
what.
god-awful, pathetic Civic.
Well, hold on, Stephen. You're in line for an event card. You are leading the profit margins now for month number 2. Feels pretty good, I'm sure.
He made a handy $51,000 on that Civic.
Damn.
The Civic!
Oh.
Yeah, nobody else is buying it in the real world.
Stephen, you have scenario number 7 called the No Peace Pipe.
Sounds right.
It appears your dealership was built atop an ancient Native American burial mound. Restless Shoshone spirits are frightening customers away, even as your Halloween Shocktoberfest sales roundup is in full swing. Not even ghoulishly good deals can get buyers past the flickering lights and blood seeping down the walls. Perhaps Chief Muskie Otter
It's
isn't
part
happy
of the
with
atmosphere,
his commission.
okay? The blood was, I put it there.
Chief Muskie Otter is not happy. Sales down 18%.
I put the blood there. Is the thing.
Does the glove fit?
You must have quit.
How did that? It didn't affect you too much, though. Imperious Motors is closer, though. The gap has narrowed, but still anyone's game.
Damn it.
So shall we move on to month number 3 now?
I believe we should.
All right, set incentives, chaps. I will entertain the audience with elevator sounds.
That's great. And please say done when you finish your incentives.
Can we at least get the music that they play when they're doing Jeopardy? Done.
I am finished.
Done.
Good.
And before you go, Craig, I'm just going to make a mark here. If you guys, it'll speed the game along, if you can set your incentives as soon as we've revealed the sales of the first round and we're kind of walking through other people's results.
That's a brilliant
so
idea.
if you can set the incentives for the future month, that'd be
Oh, sure.
very good.
All
Not
right.
now, but I mean, as we go. So go ahead, Craig.
All right,
How
month
did
number
month 3 turn out?
Which would be March, I believe. Consumer sentiment toward compacts continues to be disappointing as sales dip below expectations, except apparently the Civic. Luxury vehicles follow closely behind. Meet the new sensible, but not too sensible, Mr. and Mrs. America. Ben,
Damn those people.
Tabulate.
I have tabulated.
Now, does Chris get his event card, or do we do the hard luck award
God
first?
damn it.
Time to do the event card. What happened there,
I
Steven?
didn't make a dime off of my 911.
Oh, poor 911. Wait, you sold one.
But Cranky
Oh,
Old
no,
is still
no, I
in
guess you
first
didn't.
place.
I didn't. I didn't
You sold
sell
0.
a
I was looking at a previous month.
damn 911 this month.
Whippet Motors is catching up, though. You
So-
guys are all running neck and neck.
I sold 6 Civics.
Jeez.
I sold
At-
5 S-classes.
You sold nearly as many S classes as you sold. Now, is the profit margin on the S class more? I'm not certain. Anyway,
Yeah, I sold 6, 7 series.
shall we?
Two more
But
songs.
it's still anyone's game.
Because it's time for the hard luck
No,
award.
because it's time for Chris's event
You
card.
want to do that first?
That's
Okay.
right. I sure do.
Why do I get the feeling that I should be going in the other room and grabbing the Vaseline about now because this is going to hurt?
Oh, this is a God blessing for you, Chris. Scenario number 72, the magic switch card. One of your competitors gets to swap a vehicle of their choice with one of yours. The opportunity is granted to the competitor currently in the worst profit position, which I believe would be Joffrey.
It would be Joffrey.
So, Joffrey, you have to switch one of your vehicles with one of Christopher's vehicles.
Oh, thanks.
The
Do I get
choice
to
is
see what
yours.
has it been doing lately?
Huh?
Do I get to look at his card?
His card?
His cars.
Do I
Cars.
get, do I get to look at his dealership to see which one's been making the most?
Sure, look at it.
Give him the Titan.
Have a look. How's he doing? What
If
would you like to pick
Click
up
on
here?
player number 3 tab. You can see.
Let's see here.
Ooh, it's like shopping.
I am a dead man.
I'm going to take the Elantra,
You son of a...
and I'm going to give you...
The Titan.
I should give you the S-Class. I'm going to give you the S-Class.
I should give you the S class. Pause. I'm going to give you the S class.
I will be certain to haunt you when you're dead. Or actually, when I'm dead.
Are you Chief Muskie Otter?
Muskie Otter. I'm Chief Screwed is what I am right now.
All right, Ben, are you going to do the switcheroo?
Doing the switcheroo right
He's
here.
tabulating
Yeah.
right now.
Okay, carry the one. And the switch is done. Let's see how this has affected things.
Does it
shall
apply
we?
to this month's sales or the next?
It actually applies to all months previous.
Oh.
And
It's a time machine.
that's right, basically.
Okay.
Oh, I am. Whoa.
Let's
Thanks,
check that
Jeff.
leaderboard. Oh.
Enjoy that Elantra.
Imperious Motors is in first place now.
Well, sometimes things don't turn out how you think.
Like when the formula's
Yeah.
wrong, I guess. You think it's a problem, Ben, or no?
No, I don't think it's a
It's just-
problem. I think
okay.
it just the
It's
way
just
that
it's the profit margin probably that's doing it.
Do-
I don't have to
do-
sell
do.
many cars.
That's right. You don't have many customers, so.
No.
something. All right. So now
So-
it is time for the hard luck.
the Hard Luck Award.
The player
How does
with
that
the
work?
lowest profits gets to draw an additional event card. After hearing what it says, the player can choose to use it for him or herself or apply it to the competitor of his choice. So, Jeff, you get another event card. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Scenario number 1, caffeine crush. Your salespeople are protesting the inferior coffee provided in the break room compared to the coffee provided on the show floor. You lost 1 day's worth of sales and had to pay for a La Marzocco Mistral 3 group commercial espresso machine at a cost of $23,400. Sales down 18% and a fee of $23,400. I'm assuming you're not going to want this one, so who are you going to foist it on?
I'll give it to Chris.
Of course.
Thank you. I already have that coffee machine, so now I've got 2 of them.
Yep. Now
You
it's
have a La
wasting space
Marzocco
in the back
Mistral?
room.
In my dealership, you darn right I do.
All right, now what were the specs on that, Craig, so I can fill those in?
Sales were down 18.
Okay.
Expense of $23,400.
I'm watching the numbers just go down, dude.
The little bar graphs are getting smaller.
What's happening?
All
I'm
right.
shrinking.
You are neck and neck with Cranky Old. Cranky, you are like pocket chains behind.
I'm trying.
I know. All right. Well,
That
month
damn
4.
Civic.
Damn it.
Month 4 is upon us now. April. Spring is sprung. Sort of. Set your incentives. Let us know when you're ready.
Done.
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 Brilliant.
All right. So, month number 4. You've experienced the Arab Spring. Now meet what experts are calling the Chinese winter. The communist country is quietly starting to remind the people who's in charge by limiting the foreign products they can buy. Wall Street is not taking kindly to this, but Main Street has yet to feel its full effect. Ben, what does that mean? Good month or bad month, folks? You be the jury. Well, it pushed Cranky Old well ahead.
I sold 3 Civics.
What is making you all this money?
The 911, man. I sold 3 911s, and with 0% incentives, I made $29,000.
It's set it. Is it a Ron Popeil?
Yeah, the 911 is
It's
amazing.
the Showtime Rotisserie sports car.
Each 911 that I sell makes me $9,830.
I sold the same amount of Focuses and Elantras almost, but I lost almost the same amount of money on one that I made on the other.
Wow, which one's more profitable?
The Foci.
I sold as many 911s as I did Civics.
Wow. All right, so it is
I'm
time
dying
now
here.
for an event card, and it is back to Jeff Ross, I think, player number 1. We've gone full circle.
Certainly.
Jeff, scenario number 3. Orville Reddenburned. The popcorn maker kept in the lobby for guests had a short and the courtesy counter caught fire. Luckily, the rest of the lobby was spared, but it will still cost you $120,000 for repairs due to smoke damage.
Ay, caramba.
Ouch. Ben?
Go ahead and fill in those numbers. And can you tell me what those numbers were one more time?
It was $120,000 expense. What's that going to do to Whippet? I hesitate to ask.
Just a moment.
He went up?
No, I have to adjust this and...
Oh, that is depressing, Jeff. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Shoshone Arrowhead. All right. Are we ready for month number 5?
I'm done.
I'm
All
done.
right, you guys are all set with your incentives. Okay, month 5. As consumer confidence starts to cool off fast, truck sales and green sales feel their free ride coming to an end. Uh-oh. Meanwhile, those compacts might not have been such a bad idea after all. Stephen, you are in an enviable position with the Civic.
Yeah, and Jeff's doing okay with my damned Elantra.
Is he, though? he's got nearly $0,000. All right.
Oh, man.
Imperious Motors.
Imperious Motors is
The Death Star blew
going
up.
down like the Titanic.
Man, I should have marked up that Civic.
All right, Mr. Ewing, it is your turn for an event card. You are by far in the lead, nearly $600,000 in the bank. You ready for your card?
I am.
Scenario number 19, soapbox. Your general manager has been getting a bit too opinionated as a call-in guest on the local talk radio stations. Luckily, you're in a swing state, and your would-be patrons are a fickle bunch. Roll the 12-sided die, which Ben has as a virtual 12-sided die on the computer, and you will multiply the number by -2 to see how bad things are. You can lose anywhere from a measly 2% of sales all the way up to 24. Good luck. So, Ben,
I shall roll the die for you.
tabulate.
12.
So 24% sales down.
Yep.
Well, he's got the most money, so it's not going to matter. It's not.
Is it?
Hello, phone.
Hello, Moto.
Hello, Newman.
We're in month 5.
Yes.
And how 24, right? There we go.
Scarcely a drop.
Oh.
Boo! So there we are. Are we ready for month number 6 now, Ben?
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen,
As
ready?
long as everyone is
I'm done.
Done.
You've loaded the
Man, we're-
incentives into the breach and pulled the pin.
We're yelling done faster than teenagers on their first date. I'm telling you.
Consider your belt tightened, Chris.
Yeah,
Americans-
thank you. I'm having my belt handed to me.
Americans have seen this movie before and heard this paragraph before, oddly enough. They're just not surprised the sequel came so quickly after the first time it was read not minutes ago. Hopefully this is the direct-to-video version with C-list writing and destruction on a far less epic scale. Batten down the hatches, everyone. Tough times are on the way. Ben has tabulated, and the results?
I didn't lose half as much as I did the last time.
I don't see much going on here.
I marked up the 911 by 50% and didn't even sell one.
Well, that'd do it. All people went, no, I'm not
So,
paying that price for it.
Cranky Motors still first place by a wide margin. Whip It, second place.
And bringing up the rear.
You're nearly breaking even.
I'm nearly
Various Motor.
breaking even.
So very good, very good. All right, let's see. It is month number 6. Whoops. I am clicking around like a crazy person. Okay, you want the event card for Mr. Soya.
Yeah.
Scenario number 18. MNP, Mir, Space Station Mir. That's the Slavic backwards N. Anyway, your latest gimmick is a gamble. If the recently retired SR-38 communications satellite lands in one of the Great Lakes, you'll refund 50% of the purchase price to everyone who buys a car this month. Sales are up 35%. If you roll 1 to 11 on the 12-sided die, you're safe. But if you roll a 12, like Steven oddly enough just did, you're in trouble. Sales bonus 35, Ben.
Here we go.
And roll that die.
Rolling,
7.
rolling. 6.
You're safe.
Thank God.
And so his sales are up, correct?
He is in
By?
35.
Good job, Imperious Motors.
Now we are at the midway point of the year.
Yeah, I go from 9,300 down to 6,500 up. Thank you.
So it's time for the midway point of the game, month number 6. The player with the lowest profits gets to choose a segment, and sales are increased by 100 additional percentage points for 1 month. However, this affects every player in the game, so choose wisely. You may not want to give your opponent the upper hand. So, Chris, you are, I believe, bringing up the rear, so to speak. What incentive would you like to or what segment would you like to have the sales doubled?
The one the Mulsanne is in.
So you're going to sell 3 of them?
Hey, why not? It's better than
The
my
1.5
kick in the
you did
head.
last one, right?
Yeah, let's stick with that one. Let's go with
the luxury
the
segment
super
then?
luxury. Yeah.
All right, Ben, double that.
Not double. We're gonna
100%.
add 100% to the luxury segment.
Isn't that the same as doubling?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't.
Even I got that, and as I said earlier, I flunked accounting twice.
I'm not going to double. I'm just going to make it twice as much.
I didn't say twice. I said we add 100%.
What if you increased it by a
So-
factor of 2?
So in other words, sales of luxury right now are at negative 13.
Wait a minute.
Oh, God.
I've been wiped out.
So now they're going to be at 87%. So there we go. How'd that do
Look
for you?
who's in the positive now. That is a miracle. All right, guys, that is month 6 has wrapped up. June is finished. We now have to take a brief commercial break, but we'll get to the other half of the year in just a minute because we have got to thank our good personal friends at Advance Auto Parts. Have you purchased anything from Advance recently?
Yes, in
Chris?
fact, I did.
Did you go through roundaboutshow.com?
No, because
Say yes.
Well, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, I got those oil filters for my snowblower and my tractor. Yeah, and the oil. Yeah.
So as you've heard me parroting for months now, we have a very special exclusive offer through Advance, an awesome deal. You go to our website, you follow the link on the website. It's on the right-hand sidebar of the page, and you can save quite a bit of money. if you're purchasing something, if your total purchase is $30, you can save $10. If you purchase something for $50, total bill of $50, take $20 off the top.
Ooh.
You hit 100, take 30 off the bill.
Oh my God.
Big savings. That's a lot of savings, Craig.
That's a lot.
I know.
Plus, these guys are ready in advance.
There's a lot of passion there. So yeah, if your order exceeds $75, free
Yes.
shipping to your door. The
Nice.
address that you want. So it's a really good deal. I've taken advantage of this. Ben, your dad has taken advantage of this. I know other folks have taken advantage of it. You can't go wrong. You really can't. And Chris, I encourage you to do that next time you have to order some parts.
Absolutely. And
Steven,
it
what
won't be
about
the
you?
only thing I take advantage of. But anyway.
That's a lot of savings,
Zing.
Craig.
Jeff, I think you've taken it. You're doing those Jeepsters.
I sure am, Craig.
He sounds annoyed.
It's because he's really, really excited to get back to Dungeons and Dealers.
I don't blame him. So again, roundaboutshow.com, advanced auto parts, in the right-hand sidebar of the page. Enter the promo code that is listed on our website. When you check out, that's your ticket to savings. You'll see it take that amount right out of the bill.
Ka-chunk.
Exactly. So back to Dungeons and Dealers.
What happened this month?
Month number 7. You guys have set your incentives?
I'm
Yes,
done.
indeed.
Very
Done.
good.
It doesn't matter what I do, so just go right ahead.
The situation in China is not getting better. Rumors of a forthcoming Boxer rebellion seem to be increasingly more plausible. To make matters worse, the country is clamping down on sales of rare earth metals. Green car sales are really feeling the pinch as supplies dwindle. Benjamin has
Boom.
Can I
calculated.
please just sell a 911?
I sold 3 Mulsanne.
Well, because they don't use any rare earth metals, right?
They just use a lot of metal.
Can I really just please sell a 911?
Well, let's see. What are you doing here?
I'm marking them up like crazy.
Marking them up?
That's why they're not
Well, how
selling.
would that help you? You're gouging. Fewer people are going to come if you add price to the hood.
Stop it.
Logic. All right, I think
This next Economics 101 will be coming to you live from Carnegie Hall.
I think Chris had the last event card, Space Station Mirror.
That's right.
Which put him in the toilet, so it is now Jefferson Ross's turn.
You got that right, Craig.
Jeff Ross, scenario number 24.
Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of this laugh.
Scenario number 24, stabbed in the bladder.
Oh, that hurts.
The title says it all. Sales are down 15%, and you have a $20,000 expense for medical care and carpet cleaning. Stephen is speechless.
What were those expenses again?
$20,000,
And
15% sales reduction. Sorry, Jeff.
That sucks.
I hate you, Craig.
It's
We all do,
random.
so don't worry about it.
Don't blame me. It's the tarot cards. All right. Month number 8. Are we on to that already?
Done.
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 Sweet.
done and done.
Unrest has officially turned into rebellion. As Chinese workers revolt across the country, rare earth metals become the least of your problems. Every car on the road has some amount of Chinese componentry, and supplies are dwindling across the country.
Not the 911.
Not the Mulsanne.
Not the Elantra.
What's going to happen, Ben? Did you
I
tabulate?
certainly did.
And would you look at that? Cranky Old is knocking on $1 million door.
Good
Is that the
Lord.
Civic that's doing this?
I made $102,000 on the Civic.
That is an amazing car.
Damn dirty apes.
That
But
is-
now, Whippet Motors is feeling the hurt. Jeff,
What?
You're
Why
in-
am I feeling?
you're
why
in
am
the
I feeling
red.
the hurt?
You're in the red now.
you're
My
past
friend.
0. You're not.
Oh, it took a while to update. That fucking Elantra.
And you wanted it.
I love it.
I love it.
Horse cocky.
All right. So we did month number 8. Rebellion
Done.
in China.
But did we do an event card? Oh, we did stabbed in the bladder for
Yes.
month number. Okay,
Jeffrey Ross was
stabbed in the bladder.
Yeah.
Yes, he'll
All
be
right.
recovering.
month number 9. Set incentives. You're done.
Not yet.
No.
Done.
Oh, fine. Be faster than the rest of us. See if I care. I'm going to go into... Done.
All right. Month number 9. Supply issues are starting to clear up as the Chinese government fills the factories with scab workers and murders the striking laborers. Figuring
You dead. You dead.
Figuring any global unrest is a good reason to raise oil prices, OPEC is making a profit grab.
Thank you.
Oil prices increased by 18%, and truck sales are inversely affected as well as sales in other categories. Meanwhile, compacts have their day in the sun.
Jeff's so happy he has an Elantra now.
Oh yeah,
And
that,
Stephen
Well,
is just
still
gloating.
I'm
He's
just
swollen
I'm
with
just
pride.
damned happy to have that Mulsanne.
Let's take a look. What's happening to Jeff here?
Let's take a gander.
Why is he in the red?
I don't know.
So we're on month number 9 here. You're losing money on that Ford Focus hand over fist. You sure you want to be discounting it by 10%? My.
He's got it at 3% now.
Not on my screen.
Oh, I see. Derp.
Derp.
Yeah, he's got a
Derp,
10% discount onto it.
You might sell a Lexus CT if you didn't gouge it by 20%.
Well,
Just
I'm
a thought.
expecting it to be a good month. I'm expecting.
So you'll sell one? Sell any?
If
But
you
when he
say,
does sell it, it's going to be
I'm-
mega sales.
I'm playing the game. I'm expecting you to say trucks suck, luxury cars suck, but everyone's buying a hybrid.
All right.
I'm the only one that has a hybrid.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay. So you're putting all your chips on one segment, basically.
Yep, I shouldn't have got rid of the S-Class. I
All
should have
hybrids
traded
burst
it.
into flames.
Ben, you know what time it is, don't you?
Oh, I hope I know what time it is. What time is it?
It's time for another event card.
Oh, good.
And Steven, I believe you're on deck.
I am.
Jeff got stabbed last
Just got
round.
stabbed.
Let's see how well you do. Scenario 53, members only, submitted by Brad Rader.
Remember?
I know this one.
Because you titled it. I don't know if I want to read it. I'm going to just pass this to you,
How
Steven.
about I read it aloud to the class?
Okay.
Male genitalia caught in a bicycle chain.
Ooh.
You don't want to know how it happened.
No.
My sales are down 12%, and I've lost $45,000 for reconstructive surgery.
Thank you.
Oh, my. How'd you do that, Steven?
And-
I
and-
don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
And how much for voice retraining?
Okay.
Michelle says she'll love me no matter what I look like, so.
So Ben, have you not that the 45 grand is going to make a difference to Stephen, who has crested $1 million BTW. All right,
Yikes.
but month number 9, we have another special event. It's called the Horde Award. The Horde is like pillaging, ransacking horde of.
W-H-O-R-E.
Chatters, get ready.
This is a
get your
participation.
keyboards ready.
Participation. The thieving hordes in the chat room. How dare they consume our automotive-based merriment for free? Get to vote on what play. Get to vote on what player gets $100,000 bonus this month. Vote now on your screen. You have 30 seconds. So, which one of our 3 dealerships deserve 100 grand? Type their name in the chat room right now.
Me, clearly.
Chat room, we need you. Jeff Ross says Jeff. Luke says Steve. No. Luke says Jeff. Baja Buster says Craig, who is not playing the game. Mud Monster says Chris. So we have a tie, I guess.
Imperious says Jeff. Wow, what a good guy. That's 2 for Jeff.
There's the 3rd for Jeff.
We got a
Mine
3rd for
Falvey.
Jeff. Miss Mormouth says,
What was the question?
Who gets $100,000, Miss Motormouth? You have 3 seconds to respond. Scott in Cleveland says Jeff. I think
It's
all right.
Joffrey by a landslide.
It's Jeff. Whatever, Miss Motormouth.
All right, Jeff is going to be up.
So we will add $100,000 to Mr. Ross's.
Your husband, Michelle.
I think that's a break-even point for me.
And
Congratulations,
boom. Did it do anything?
Yay! I'm in the white.
Yay, Jeff.
All right, month number 10. You guys got your incentives primed and ready?
They're in.
I'm going into black.
All right. The government takes a snowplow to the Chinese winter and successfully extinguishes the rebel forces. The economy instantly spikes on news of resumption of regular factory operations in the country, making melamine-tainted toothpaste and lead-painted toys. Petroleum prices never seem to respond as quickly, though, because that won't stop. But that won't stop enthusiasts with money. Warm weather is around the corner, and specialty sales are up.
Well.
And Chris, I believe you're in line for one of these little ditties.
How did I still... Okay.
How am I losing so much money in that Bentley?
What happened here? Why is somebody negative $60 million? Jeff, I don't...
What did Jeff do?
Let's see.
Let's take a look at Jeff's board. I think there's something wrong.
He gouged 200%.
He discounted by 200% the Hyundai Elantra and the Ford Focus.
He broke the formula.
He lost nearly $33 million on the Ford Focus, and he lost $27 million on the Elantra.
Well, this is certainly a change of a... He's going after that American aircraft carrier.
On the plus side, he's sold like about 1,500 of those two cars combined.
People come visit my dealership and walk away with a free car.
Wow, a truckload of money.
So Jeff, is Rick Wagner taking over the dealership here anytime now?
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Really know what I'm doing.
Luke says Jeff died of dysentery. That's about right. $60 million in the
Don't ever
hole.
give me $100,000 again, chat room.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Well, who's in line for the event card now? Chris?
Who got one last?
Well,
I believe it was
the bicycle
Stephen had his
chain.
last one, yeah.
So it would be Chris.
Oh. Scenario, you'll like this one, Chris. Scenario 52. Ow, ow! Also submitted by Brad Rader. You hired my friend. We called out for people to submit scenarios.
Oh.
Anyway,
People did that? Yeah. People listened to us?
Sorry.
People who
If I can
don't
finish.
have a life.
You hired a new hottie saleswoman, and your sales are engorged. They are up. Are you ready, Chris? 237%.
Hot damn.
2 Malsans will be sold this month.
Good job, Chris.
And I can't tell on the chart because Mr. Ross
Mr. Ross threw it off so much.
The chart is now useless.
Well, chart died.
It done died. But we can, if we just pull that little chart down there, we can see where everyone is. There we go. So we got Jeff losing $60 million. We've got Steven. He's definitely in the black at $1.2 million.
But you can't tell because the bar chart goes to 20 million and he's a blip.
Yep. And we've got Chris in the black at 223, well, nearly 224,000. 223,999.
Shall we advance to month 11? It is November now.
Yes.
All right.
I'm
Sales
set.
incentives are set?
Done.
Good.
Done.
Fast cars are hot, but during the downturn, Americans started to experience just how fun compacts can be, so their sales are also on a roll. Trucks, meanwhile, are still suffering the plight of high fuel prices. While China hasn't loosened its grip on rare earths, other suppliers, mostly from Australia, are starting to step up to accommodate demand. Ben, what have y'all brought onto it here?
Well, we got Steven at 1.4 million. Quite handy. And we've got Chris at 285,000. Jeff is sticking right there at negative 59 million.
Well, it didn't get worse.
I didn't sell any cars last month.
What's Jeff doing here?
How you feeling, girl?
He's gouging the hell out of people still.
I think Jeff gave up.
I think he might be better just, calling it 0% on the incentives.
That's not going to dig him out of the hole, Ben. I'm sorry.
At this point, no. I'm afraid it won't.
I'm afraid Jeff has lost.
Poor Jeff.
But, okay, it's time for an event card. It is actually Jeff's turn for an event card.
Hey, maybe it says plus 60 million. We don't know.
61, please.
Yeah, and another one from Brad. We're going to actually shuffle the deck.
Yeah, let's do that.
More thoroughly.
Hey, did anyone else except your friends submit ideas?
Indeed, they did, Stephen.
Like who?
Like Scott in Cleveland.
Uh-huh.
Mud
Our
Monster
fans,
sent some,
like-
didn't he?
Oh.
Mud Monster said he would. Didn't.
There are Autoline, Mr. E.
Yes, from
Romania.
Romania, our
Romanian
Romanian
ally.
friend.
From the
Absolutely.
Balkans, yeah.
Wonderful.
We got a whole bunch, actually,
Why don't
surprisingly.
you just pick one from the middle there, Craig?
How dare you?
Come on. Yep, use those nails. All right.
Scenario number 4. We try hardish. Looks like you underestimated the expense involved in providing a free one-day sedan rental to everyone who tweeted, "My hometown dealer is Whippet Motors and it's super sweet. Retweet to rent a free sedan." Blah blah blah. Sales jumped 2%, but it cost you $70,000 in rental fees. Jeff, you sold more cars.
But I just gave away cars a month ago.
So did he? How does that work now?
I don't think 70 grand is going to matter much to Jeff at this point.
No.
Just a guess.
All right, you guys got your incentives ready for the 12th
And
final
month.
Yep.
Stephen? Joffrey?
Yep.
Very well. What is
happens,
going on this month? For the last month of the year, now that full production has resumed on green car sales, numbers reflect a great deal of pent-up demand. Aside from trucks, sales are above average in every category. Smooth sailing, say the analysts. Wait, haven't we heard this somewhere before?
Think about that, everyone.
Think about it.
Think about it. So where are we, folks?
Let's take a gander here at the leaderboard. We've got Jeff, who's still, curiously, right around negative 59 million. Stephen Ewing, cranky old motors. Their Steve Jobsian approach of you're going to buy what they have to sell is really working because they've got 1.7 million in the bank. And Imperius Motors is doing not too shabby, got about $260,000, selling high margin luxury cars in low volume. It's been a tough year too, Chris. So.
Yes, it has.
But we have an event card too for the final.
Fortunes can still change. Is that what you're telling me, Craig?
Yes, who is next?
Yes,
I think
we
it
can
is
all get screwed worse.
Mr. Ewing here.
It's me.
Scenario 22, green with envy. The government has decided to incentivize sales of green cars, this time on the dealer side. Big Brother will boost the profits of any green car sale in hopes that you'll be inspired to push them harder. N-tuple the profits of any green cars you sold this month, where N equals whatever you roll on the 12-sided die.
I don't have any green cars.
Well, then you didn't sell any extras.
So there.
Though I think it's not fair that the Civic Hybrid is not included in my Civic numbers. Or the natural gas Civic.
I'm
Natural
sorry.
gas,
I'm
yes.
sorry.
Just
There's not enough infrastructure for natural gas, so you lose.
Wow.
Nice.
So that is the conclusion of Dungeons and Dealers, and I believe we have a winner.
I think we do.
Hold on. I've applied for a federal subsidy.
Yes, yes. Actually, I think you got some of that Solyndra money, didn't you?
In last place, we have Jeff Ross, who fell on his sword in an epic, most epic manner, in a way I don't think Ben even predicted.
I really did not.
In Whippet Motors.
All of my beta testing could not have predicted this. I have to tell you,
You
Jeff.
look
Good
angry,
job.
Steven. What's the
you
matter?
use that damn word again.
Epic.
How about great-ish?
Greatish is great.
Grading.
This great-ish game.
Anyway, in second place, Mr. Sawyer.
Thank you,
Imperius
thank you,
Motors,
thank you, thank you.
His luxury land yachts, ever popular choices. And in first place, by a wide margin, Cranky Old Motors, Old Man Ewing. Old Man Ewing. How'd you do it? How'd you deliver first place, 1.7 million bucks?
Well, I'll tell you.
Please do. The world wants to
Really
know.
small amounts of incentives.
Use them carefully.
Because then you're not spending a whole lot.
No, but if you don't give away cars,
you don't lose the game.
yes.
There's a direct correlation, right?
So, Steven, what you learned is that these cars don't have a huge margin of profit necessarily to cut into.
These are actually based off of real estimates of
They
profit
are.
margins on vehicles.
These
by
are real
the way.
numbers, folks.
You better believe it. So,
Yeah, I
Steven,
mean, the
congratulations.
Civic, which I only make a $1,867 profit on, was my best-selling car the entire time and made me the most money.
Was that your free
Wow.
Yeah, and that was the one you guys burdened me with.
birth than you?
That's the one that you just shoved it into my parking lot. I went, here's your Civic. I went, oh.
I'd rather have typhoid.
Which is funny because the car I own is a version of a Civic, but back when those were good.
Anyway, that is a show, guys. Good work. I hope you enjoyed the game. It's just taken us a lot of work to do. Ben has spent many sleepless nights doing those damn formulas. I don't even know what's behind all these pages that are linking. These Google Docs, Excel sheets are linking together, and all these. It's crazy. Workbooks connecting to workbooks. Ben, my hat I'm not wearing is off to you for your efforts.
Do we
extremely
start
complicated.
over for next game, or should I file bankruptcy?
You may have to rename your dealership group.
Yes.
Chrysler's going to come and buy it out.
We'll
They're
have,
closing
what's old GM called?
Liquidation Motors.
Yeah.
Putting the
Liquidation-
badass and badass at.
Liquidation
Jeff,
Clip
just
It.
take on new brands like Saab.
Yes, yes, and you're going to get a Fiat
Saab
dealership
Smart.
too.
So, congratulations, guys. You have survived Dungeons and Dealers. Wasn't as bad as you thought. Huh?
No, it wasn't as bad as I thought, but I still suck at it.
No,
It's
no mortal wounds.
It's just like life.
it's just like life. I suck at that as well.
Jefferson Ross, autobytel.com.
That's me.
You are their itinerant reporter covering all kinds of press launches. We just ran across you at the Lexus GS event out in California, Nevada.
And then I went straight from there to the Scion IQ.
Wow, quite a change. Same company, but totally different vehicle.
And then, let's see what else. I actually get a week off in 2 weeks.
Whoa.
That'll be nice.
Dude.
Jeff, you're taking vacation time?
No, I just
For the
I don't have
holiday.
anything planned to travel to. Because I've been traveling since Labor Day.
You're a Gold Delta Platinum Sky Miles Allegiance Sky Team member.
And I have 4 certificates to exchange for 1 beer, 1 cocktail, 1 non-perishable snack, or one wine split.
Ooh, we call that Saturday.
I don't even know what these are, but
They're
sent them to me.
they're as good as money is what they are, Jeff.
Yes.
They're like IOUs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jeff, for joining us. Always a pleasure having you on. Hope you enjoyed Dungeons and Dealers.
Except for losing $60 million. It was
Well,
fun.
that negative, the 200% incentive. Come on. Mr. Ewing, Stephen J. Ewing.
Mr. Cole.
Autoblog.
Autoblog.
Your last, one of your second to last, as a regular.
This
You've got
is
a
my
lot going
second
on.
to last show as a regular. That's true. It's probably time we,
So
we
sad,
tell the world,
Maudie.
huh? Yeah, next week,
Greener pastures.
last show as a regular.
And you'll never be back, you told
You'll
me.
be doing a Bowman.
Never
Never.
He's
I will
Bowman us.
never come back ever for as long as I live.
And why would you?
Right. Actually, though, in very positive, uplifting news, we have a huge, big, amazing, wonderful,
Great-ish.
thing launching on the Autoblogs next week. You may have seen a teaser post for it. It is our
1,000 Ways to Die or something?
web series of 1,001 car things to do before you die. It's called The List, and that launches next week.
Well, we look forward to seeing it. Will it be a complete list of 1,001 items when it launches?
No, they're little episodes.
Oh, I see. You're stringing us along like Hansel and Gretel.
For 1,001 weeks.
Michelle and I are getting married. I should point that
You
out.
are? You're not just Facebook married.
No, real married.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's great news.
And if you want, you can go read my review of the Mazda CX-5.
Because you can talk about it now.
Yeah, I could talk about it now.
Well, Stephen, thank you for coming on as always. You're welcome back anytime, especially next week. And
I'll be here next week.
Autoblog.com.
That's me.
Last but certainly not least, Mr. Chris Sawyer from The Simulated Motorist.
Now, I know those are your URLs, the Simulated Motorist and the Virtual Driver, are easily confused. So did you have to buy the Simulated Motorist.com?
No.
Oh. Because I often type that in on accident. And
Well, it
Is
rolls
that
like
what
the
you-
fingers
like a-
as you're typing it. Simulated Motorist.
I get like a link farm site.
Yeah,
I thought
I'm-
you did that to make money.
No.
Oh.
No, I thought maybe you were doing that because you were looking for the little doll. Never mind.
You can't find the... No.
The virtualdriver.com.
The virtualdriver.com. And we have a new logo. It's up, finally. Everyone go to the virtualdriver.com. And yes, we have to get tvd.com. We have it.
You
We
need a
just haven't finished.
favicon, though, Chris.
A favicon? Yes, well,
Instead of
you
the
know.
Squarespace cube.
Needs more torch gifs.
That's the internet equivalent of cowbell.
Yeah.
Torch gifs.
More,
If you want to learn about nanoslide coatings, this is the place to go.
Exactly.
There's a great little
It's
right up there.
more a case
How
of-
does the site work, though, Chris? I am a little confused. Issues you come out with? How
Yes.
does that? Explain that to me.
Every Friday, just after midnight, you'll get a new issue.
Is it like Showtime by my doorstep, like a magazine?
No, well, I am old, so I do go the old magazine route and think of issues.
Issues, I
Issues.
say.
Yes, I just don't see the point in posting everything every day since Autoblog seems to do everything, and why try to compete with them directly?
That's what we do.
They obsessively cover the industry.
Actually, earlier this week,
In
we had
fact-
discussed changing our tagline to "We obsessively kick ass."
Very curious.
It's all, is everybody at Autoblog an anal retentive because there's so many obsessives there?
We're
Or
obsessively obsessed with being obsessive.
actually, that made sense. So
It did.
I'm
Anyway,
scared by that.
Chris Sawyer, virtualdriver.com, the virtual driver.
TheVirtualDriver.com. yes.
Not it gets the definite article.
Is
It's
it-
not a
is it-
virtual driver.
No,
Is it the virtual driver or the virtual
The
driver?
Virtual Driver, as in THE, not THEE.
The. Anyway, thank you for
That's-
joining us as always.
thank
Making
you.
a long drive from Washington.
Yeah, it's like, about 10 minutes from here.
Anyway, remember you can watch Roundabout live every Friday evening, like right now as we're recording this live on a Friday evening, starting at 6:30 p.m. or roughly 3:30 on the West Coast. And don't forget to check out the rest of the Autoline family of fine programs, including Autoline This Week, Autoline After Hours, and our 5-day-a-week program, Autoline Daily. Very good. If you want your questions or comments addressed, if you want to get in touch with us, leave us a voicemail. We have a Google Voice hotline, the RoAb hotline. The number is 1559-RoAb411. Again, that is 1559. Write this down, 1559-762-2411. We would love to hear from you.
You know what else we'll take? We'll
Cash?
Well, yes. You'll provide our mailing address later, I'm sure. But we'll also take submissions for Dungeons Dealers. Those
Scenarios.
those scenarios that we read.
See these?
Maybe you can, like Brad Rader, submit some.
He's a
But
super fan, and he
preferably-
doesn't even listen to the show. Figure that out.
Okay.
So yes, we need more scenarios.
You can send those to roundaboutshow@gmail.com. Roundaboutshow@gmail.com. Now you don't have to type it in twice, but if you do, who cares?
Very good. Thank you for that help, Ben. If you never want to miss an action-packed episode, and frankly, who doesn't, subscribe. iTunes or the Zune Marketplace, great way to do it. Or Stitcher even, Ben. I understand you can get it through the Stitcher app now.
Stitcher.
Yes. So with that, thanks to all of you out there listening. Please join us again next week as we circle the roundabout. We'll talk to you then. That is Josh Lewis. He somehow made a depressing trumpet sound.
Very depressing.
So depressed.
We got to thank our chatters, Ben.
That's why I'm leaving, because this depresses me.
I don't blame you. Luke says meow in the chat, by
Now
the
it
way.
looks like Baja Buster's trying to get a free plug in here.
Test drive.
As well he should.
He's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah,
he
he's-
posts some of the coolest stuff on YouTube.
Ever.
So we're gonna have to check that out. Maybe he'll have to come on the show. What do you think?
maybe.
TestDriveJunkie.com.
TestDriversJunkie.com.
He's got a rather phallic image on his parked site there.
We all know how Ben loves a good phallus.
You know.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm staying out of this one.
So, chatters, we've got Baja Busta, as Ben just mentioned. Thank you, as always, for joining us. And making the community, it's really what it's about, you know? Chatting, being involved. We're not just a show, we're here to interact. We've got
We're
Luke.
not a show, we're an experience.
There you go. Luke, Cran Breaking, is always in the chat room every week. He is one of our super fans.
Can we be
It's-
more like Match Game? Sure. Okay. Dumb
You know-
Dora is so dumb.
Where's
No, I
Dick?
have that sound effect.
Where's Dick
You
DeBartolo?
know, we had Dick DiBartolo on the show,
Yeah, I know.
the writer of Match Game.
I know.
Luke,
I'm just
always
saying.
a loyal fan.
I want to be Brett Summers.
If anyone wanted to go back and listen to that episode, they could. Because we had Dick DiBartolo.
And you would provide them with the episode number, right, Ben? Which one was it?
They could search on the website, certainly roundaboutshow.com.
Mine_VW.
I thought it was Faye W or something.
Falve.
Falve, sorry.
Yes, he's joined us again. He's a solid fan of the show. We get him quite often in the chat room.
Solid gold,
There's
baby.
room for improvement, don't get me wrong. He could be here more often, but we do appreciate his presence, and he is a regular. Miss Motormouth joined us. She was not on the show. Joey
Yes.
was not on, but she was.
She'll be next week.
Yes, she will for our holiday specials.
Joey, I'm
And,
not angry anymore.
Oh, lovely.
And Yeah, she's on. She's a lot less angry in chat than in person.
Joey.
I've noticed. Yeah, so Michelle's here. So look
Yes.
forward
I
to
always
that.
like when Michelle's on.
Mud Monster.
Yes, I was getting to that. That's the next M on the list, Ben. If you'd give me a chance to finish.
Yeah, you were just taking a nap there in between each name, I think.
Mood
Making it
Monster.
seem like more.
Mud Monster, who helped us with our. We did a beta run of Dungeons and Dealers with our super fans. Mud is one of our super fans. We thank him.
I'll
for
have you
helping
guys
us do
know,
the
no
run,
one
the dry
lost.
run.
No one lost $60 million in the dry run, but practically everyone did actually lose money.
No, the
That's
problem
because-
is, Ben, he
You
lost.
know what it is, though? It's because there's no one quite like Jeff Ross.
I just
know,
sent
that's
in a scenario.
And what is it? Jeff
Divide
gets
by
60
zero.
million?
No,
Man.
let me go back and read it.
Gain 60
I actually think that
million
Jeff has got a future
Here, let-
ahead of him as running being the head of MF
I'll pull
Global.
I'll pull it up.
I call it the government subsidy multiplier.
Ooh.
To spur new car sales, the federal government is paying all dealers $100,000 for each car sold.
That's actually a good idea. We've got Scott in Cleveland, of course, from the shores of Lake Erie,
Yes.
picking toilet paper bits off the end of his fishing hooks.
It could be a different Cleveland.
Huh?
It could be a different Cleveland.
It could be.
Where the river catches fire.
Oh, the Cuyahoga
Cleveland.
has done that for a
Not
while.
Cleveland,
Detroit,
Uruguay,
where Stephen lives.
something.
Hey, I love Detroit. Thank you.
Good for you.
If you two would stop being so damn scared of the city. Jeff can vouch. He's seen where I live.
Wow.
Miss Motormouth is being rather
Graphic.
surly.
Graphic,
Yeah.
actually, I think
She
is more the
says,
word we're
F
looking
you,
for.
Craigie, and the pompous-ass crappy Ford you came in with.
Would that be one of the crappy Fords that Jeff was selling for? No.
Actually.
Scott in Cleveland responds with an exclamation point. Luke, beep! Michelle's got a bit of a potty mouth when she's roused. And, of course, Stephen Ewing, Ben said that's our chat room this week. So we know it's been a little bit of a roller coaster being at Ben's apartment, and now we're back in the studio. So things are a bit settling out now.
After the we've got a set of live shows coming up next week. After the holidays, expect a much more regular schedule for Roundabout. Let's put it that way.
We've been taking our five.
At my age, it's nice to be regular.
I can believe it.
So that's your show. Oh, we can't forget our live.
Oh wait, we have a live chatter.
Well, he's been pretty
He hasn't
quiet,
been
but
chatting much, but a
he's
live
been miming.
a lurker, if you will. Come on here. Come here, Rich.
Come on down.
Come on. Circle
Crouch
around there.
and come
Don't
comfortably
trip.
next
Don't
to
trip.
Steven.
I'll come over here because I know Craig can tolerate me.
Give your best friend Craig a hug.
No, that's all right.
Okay.
That would break one of
Yeah.
Craig's virginities.
He's got a hug.
He has multiple virginities?
I'm saving myself.
This is the man who
Mr.
is
Stewart.
known as Mr. Stewart.
Well, hello everyone out there in the Roundabout chat.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're gonna have a Stewart off. We're gonna have a Stewart off.
Oh, we can have him
Guys,
back
I gotta
in-
run.
All right, bye,
Thanks,
Jeff.
Ben. He's like, I am freaking done. Goodbye.
See you, Jeff.
Bye,
Thanks.
Jeff. Thanks.
He's going to go to the bank right now and check and see what
Hey,
his,
happy
how
Jeff.
much
Happy
money he has.
holidays.
Yes.
Thank you, you too.
Jeff, I'll see you next
I
week.
know you can't be
Nice
on
job
next
of
week,
breaking the
so
game, Jeff.
We'll try to get together next Tuesday night.
Word.
Yes, after the Fold event.
WORD up.
Bye, Jeff.
see you, Jeff.
Bye.
Bye.
Baja Busta needs a smoke.
Me too.
So yes, we have live studio audience. We will be having Jason White back on. He's been asking almost weekly to be on the show. So I think that he's long past due to be on again.
I can see his building from where I live if I stand on my roof.
He works at Ford.
No, I can see where he lives.
Oh, you're the guys.
Oh!
Neighborly.
He lives about a block and a half from me.
Did you send him a bunt cake to welcome yourself to the neighborhood? No. Okay.
We'll take that as a yes.
That's not very neighborly. I think we're done here, though. So, folks,
So coming up next
Take
week,
care.
why don't we tease what's coming up next week
I
before I,
don't know
go
what's
off the air?
coming up next week.
We got Jim Hall. He's gonna join us for our holiday wish list, annual holiday wish list show.
Which makes a good point.
What?
We're not going to be done until
Multiple
midnight.
shows in Jim Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead
I
in the
know.
water.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Maybe it's good that'll be my last.
Yeah.
You'll want it to be.
The scars will or serve as memory.
And then we're going to do our 2011 in review show. At the beginning of 2011, everyone made their predictions.
Wait,
and
so that means I still have 2 weeks for Acura to kill the ZDX.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for Suzuki to go on.
See how it goes.
Might happen.
Good
And we'll have
show,
Colin Bird
everyone.
on for that one because he had joined us in our initial prediction show. And then our final show will be the prediction show for 2012. And,
Where I will dominate again.
of
Hyundai.
course
Remember
Craig
last
will-
time Hyundai was? I was right about it. Them doing well.
sure. Yeah.
That's like
That's like saying that the sun's going to come up. I mean, come on.
Unless you're Jeff, he had a Hyundai Elantra and didn't quite do too well.
because he was offering them at like 200% incentive.
Yeah, that will kill you every time.
All right, everyone, we're going to say goodnight here.
Good
Thank
night,
you for everyone
y'all.
who joined us.
Must
Thank
have
you.
got an infection from that stabbed in the bladder and it made him crazy.
Bye, chat room.
Bye.